Andy Katz snuck something in before the weekend for us, Car. He put out a list of his top 10 seniors in college basketball. I'm going to read it in reverse order. This is going to build suspense as we go. Number 10, Nate Biddle. Number 9, Darion Williams. Number 8, Nick Martinelli. Number 7, Otega Owe. Number 6, Trey Kaufman-Renn. You might be thinking to yourself, this is all totally fine. You're right. There's nothing to talk about yet. Number 5, Donovan Dent. Number 4, PJ Haggerty. Number 3, Zuby Ejiofor. Number 2, preseason National Player of the Year, co-host of the Running Point podcast on Sleepers Media, Braden Smith. Number 1, Michigan's Yaxel Lendeborg. Andy Katz ranked the preseason National Player of the Year the second best senior in college basketball behind my superstar forward, Yaxel Lendeborg. Your thoughts?
I'm surprised. I'm a little bit surprised, but I want to look at this through both lenses, I guess is how I approach this. I have a hard time looking at a list that is seniors and the preseason National Player of the Year, who is a senior, is not number one on that list. That just, to me, that should be like the layup of the list. And then if you want to get cute elsewhere, that's kind of where you get cute, in my opinion. I'd also like to make a motion to the court to review, if they would like, that Yaxel Lendeborg isn't a senior. He's a super senior for what it's worth. This is his fifth year of college basketball. So I want to throw that out there as well. I thought this was a pure senior list. Anywho, uh, now I want to look at it from the other side of this. This is fast forward to the end of the season. And I want to put myself in Andy Katz, hey dudes, because I saw him at a media day and he was on his comfy swag. He had the suit with the hey dudes on. Long day, one of the hardest working men in this business. He needs to be comfy. If Yaxel Lendeborg is doing what he did in the first two games, that's what I'm looking at here. In the first two exhibition games, if he does that, if he repeats what he did at UAB, if he's able to replicate those numbers at Michigan, I think he could be the best senior in the sport. This is a very unicorn-ish player. This is a player that even in these, I know exhibition games are exhibition games, but in the first two games, this dude is like a walking 25 and 12. That's that is best player, best senior in the country type stats. So I guess I can kind of see where he's coming from with this. I also think the last portion of this is statistically speaking, maybe Braden's a little bit less than Yaxel, but also Purdue, I think, could be better than Michigan. Maybe I would give the edge to that, Braden being ahead of that. But I don't know. I need to know. I just have a hard time with the preseason National Player of the Year, preseason first team All American, who's a senior not being first on the list.
It's out there for sure. Like it's a take. And I'm sure Katz well, I was gonna say I'm sure Katz knows that, but I'm not. I'm like I don't know if Katz ever knows he's being out there with his takes. I love Andy Katz though. Let me make that extremely clear. That's my guy. I think he's amazing for the sport and I love everything he does. Um, as far as trying to understand this, first off, I think it's wrong. Like I'm not gonna like beat around the bush and act like this makes sense. You should just say Braden Smith's the best senior in the country. You should just say he's the best player in the country. He's the preseason National Player of the Year. That doesn't really need to be up for debate, I think, coming into this season when you have a point guard who's about to set an all-time NCAA record for assists. I think there is a way to process this through a lens of it could happen, though. I do. It requires immense belief in Yaxel. It also requires a broader look at Purdue than just like Braden's carrying them. Certainly through two exhibition games, Yaxel was doing a lot more at Michigan than Braden was doing at Purdue. That has nothing to do with like playing well. I'm talking like what was asked of him. Like it's like Michigan wanted 25, 10, and 4 from Yaxel, whereas Purdue was, I mean, we know how Painter approaches exhibitions. He doesn't care. But there's a world here on this Purdue team where, like, in the regular season, at least, the highest functioning version of them isn't asking as much of Braden as last year. That's why they brought Omer in. That's why they, I think every move has been made in mind, not necessarily to take stuff off of Braden's plate, but to surround him with really good players who you want contributions from. Now, there's good players at Michigan, too. But just point blank, man, we kind of talked about it in one of the first Yaxel videos, one of the first Michigan recap videos we did this season. He's pretty singular in the way he impacts a basketball game. There aren't many 6'10" guys that like can score, rebound, defend all in the same game as high production as him. It's a loud game. He is a loud box score guy. And I think if that translates, like if his UAB production just translates to the Big Ten, it's going to be pretty hard to keep him away from this conversation because there very rarely are guys that give you 20, 10, and 4. Like those are National Player of the Year numbers. The early returns are that Yaxel is translating, but easier said than done. And I also just expect, man, what did Braden have in the last exhibition game? Like 5 and 3 or something. Like, what do you
Yeah,
have?
like I don't even know. Probably like I think he had like 7 assists, probably like 8 points, something like that.
Braden's about to open the season with like 38 minutes, 15 points, 14 assists, and just squash this, isn't he?
Yeah, like the season's actually here.
Right.
But also, Yaxel is playing a front court in the first game with the tallest player being my size. So we could see Yaxel with 29, 15, 3.
It's also true. I guess I would frame it this way. I don't think it's crazy to say that Yaxel and Braden belong in the same tier. I do think it's crazy to put it in list form and put anybody other than Braden number one.
Yeah, I don't the thing that's changed for me with Yaxel is I think there was, and I think even you would admit this as well. There was like a little bit of hesitancy on like, oh, this guy's a first team All-American, like stamp it, right?
Yeah.
Then we saw like the first two exhibition games, like, okay, yeah, like this guy's not just a first team All-American. Like we're talking about Braden and Toppin, those being the two guys going at it. Like for National Player of the Year, even like Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, I think people are throwing in that mold as well. Yaxel should be in that tier.
Yeah. And I think he just is, regardless of whatever Katz does. Like I think he is at this point.
Well, now he's officially there because Cass did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
that,
that's the stamp.
the stamp. He stamped.